gotta make sure that I don't... Yeah, this is building proper. I'm gonna light it up for a bit. Ah, here they are. Now that I've got their attention... Yeah, I'm not exactly as vulnerable as I was last time I faced off against these dudes. And even if I fall off this ladder, I'll just land in the water. But the one thing that I cannot do is surface. Go all the way up the ladder. Okay. Let me just revive myself a bit. Hoping I have no skeletons show up. Okay, now the area is safer than it was, so... There we are. Is this the roof? Looks like it might be. Huh. Well, this is interesting. There's a map to somewhere on here. And a diamond mining arrow. What do you need an arrow like that for? And this map... Okay, you'd have to look carefully. But there's a location marked on it. And I am in the bottom left-hand corner. And judging from the size, the dot that represents me is I'm a pretty considerable distance away. I'll have to put this map back for a bit. I imagine it's going to be important later. It's a map to somewhere. But where? And what is there? Fascinating questions all. As to the question of how I'm getting out of here, that's really simple. I'll just cut my way back up. I suppose you could call that a bit anticlimactic, but then again, you'd have to consider the entire narrative, which started with me pinned down in a cave, and ended with me exacting some well-earned revenge. And while I'm at it, getting some pretty sophisticated swords too. And this is it, 8.25, 7.5, compared with my current sword, which is 6. I can probably take this down. But I don't know, perhaps I might stop adventuring for a bit. And, well, my main concern now is getting down... there we go. Yeah, those vines are notoriously hard to grab onto. But whatever. I'm headed out. Now that I'm armed, the night isn't exactly dangerous anymore. I suppose I have come a bit of a long way. Now, I don't know whether you noticed this or not, but there was a considerable bit of lag when I clicked on that loot chest. That lag, I imagine, was the map generating. The map I found inside, that is. I'm not sure what's at the other end. But it must be significant somehow. Oops. Other way. Oh, there's a zombie. Man, I wish I cared enough to attack the zombie as much as I care enough to attack... There we go. As much as I cared enough to attack that stray. I think they're called strays. I think that's another one of those things that got started in the mob and in the mods, I mean. And then found its way into the mainstream. One of these guys. Now that thing I've never seen before. I mean, you don't... It's possible to have a skeleton without a without an arrow, but it's not often you run into one. Here's the village. Cats to protect against creepers. Yeah, the guards can probably handle the zombies, assuming they stay spawned. It would probably be remiss of me not to grab these. How far am I from home? I suppose now that I'm back home, I ought to get to some of those quests. I figured I'd put them off until I finish my unfinished business. So there we are. Now I threw this together too. Why is a lack of total entity gravity a debuff? It seemed more like it would be a buff, wouldn't it? Oh, and what have we here? Obsidian. I was wondering how I was going to get some of this. I mean, the only way to get it would be, outside of finding it somewhere, would be to make yourself a nice diamond pickaxe. I need to save all the diamonds I can. So let's see. I have done a couple of these quests by accident, like finding stuff. Create, for example. I found andesite. And that started me there. But mechanism. Well, let's see. What can we do with mechanism, like right now? We can make a metallurgic infuser, for example. Yeah, you can submit any of these. To do so, I'm going to need some osmium. The root of mechanism is osmium. Osmium is a real metal. It's an element on the periodic table, and it's way down at the bottom, but not so far as to be an artificial element. It is, in fact, one of the heaviest stable elements, and probably it has a very high melting point. I forget exactly how high, but it's high up there. Now here's something I never thought I'd actually have to do. I never thought I'd actually have to do, which is quarry some rocks. Just dig regular stone out of the walls. Oh, come on. Now, believe it or not, I need ordinary stone. Oh, and there's another thing I need. Another thing I'm gonna need, actually. And by gonna need it, I mean it is going to be downright essential. If you're thinking it's to plug up that water source, well, that too. But that little thing that's making the funny noises is called an Enderman, for those of you who don't know. All two of you, I guess. And Endermen, well, they yield ender pearls. Hopefully this one's going to yield one. Unlikely thing is to quarry dirt, because I need the stone more than I need the dirt. The dirt's expendable. I just needed to put this nice little barrier. Make sure that the end... Yeah, of course it does that. I was going to say make sure the Enderman doesn't get out by climbing on the... well, since it's back here... Again... I need this thing pinned up. I mean, I suppose I could fight it out in the open. But I always consider that a little too risky. Because those Endermen can just sort of poof off to nowhere. And you can't find him, and then all of a sudden you can, and all of a sudden they find you. It's a regular three-ring circus. Dig that, dig that, dig that, dig that, dig that. Yeah, I can multitask. Quarry for rock and Enderman. Of course, I'm trapping myself in here, but... Well, I was gonna say I can do jumping puzzles and it can't, but... I'm just gonna have to do it this other way. I am only 2 blocks tall. Endermen are 3. And now... Yeah, you give that thing the stink eye. And you keep it nice and far away from me. Yeah, that was simple. And it yielded me a nice ender pearl, too. Of course, in the base version of the game, you have to kill enough Endermen to get somewhere in the neighborhood of 12. At most 12. And then with those 12... okay, where's my way up? There it is. You use them to make Eyes of Ender. But maybe I'm getting ahead of myself here. Okay, so... 1 metallurgic infuser coming right up. Ba-ching! Problem with doing it this way is my window is kind of small. Okay. Oh, it's missing redstone. I need redstone. I need lots of redstone. And voila! 1 metallurgic infuser. Now what's that yield me in terms of rewards? Steel casing, oh I so need that. And a rare mechanism loot box. And since it's a mechanism loot... Oh, it must have opened me. And, yeah. Biomass. Okay, this is for stuff that's later on in Mechanism. I reminded of a Rosenschantz song. That was the last straw, that was the end. I mean, nowhere to put all this stuff. Well, I got somewhere to put all this stuff. I'm going to need that steel casing. I am so going to need it. Then we go down the other end. A heat generator. Oh, I need copper for that. Yay. And more rock, he said as he heaved a very, very deep sigh. I'm just going to stay here then. Quarry out the rock from an accessible location. As long as I'm here, I'll dig out the nickel too. What can I say? I'm a digaholic. A cave kleptomaniac. It's like being on a seafood diet. I see food, I eat it. Yeah, that was probably the most groan-inducing pun I've made in ages. Well, what can I say? If it works for Bob's Burgers, it works for me. I so miss the vein mining. This pack hasn't got it. Or maybe it does, but not immediately. Okay, put the stuff away. Now I got enough rock. But I'm going to need to conventionally smelt some copper ore. I'm doing the absolute base here, by the way. Like, just ate nothing else. It's not going to take that whole stack and smelt it. You know what else I'm thinking of? All those trees that I cut down in search of one apple. Sorry, not one apple, two. That had to be what, 96 or so blocks, maybe less, likely less. That's a lot of blocks. I think I ought to make up for that by planting the trees. I gotta get that sack out there. Alright. So do I have the heat generator up here? There it is. Wait, no. That's a resistive heater. That's a completely different thing. In case you guys are curious, I think by resistive heater, they mean the kind that you see on stoves or ovens, where it uses electrical resistance to generate heat. So here we go. Have 1 block of coal and an advanced energy cube. Oh, that is so much better than a basic energy cube. Thank you, thank you. What else I need on Mechanism? Logistics and storage. That requires an energy tablet. That requires infused alloys. That requires a metallurgic infuser, which I've got, but there's a bit more to it than that. What else can I make? An enrichment chamber. Oh, but I gotta do some infusing. Okay, well, all these machines, I'm gonna need to put them somewhere, right? Somewhere nearby. I wonder where. Well, I mean, I've got a nice big open plain. I suppose I could put them outside, but the problem with doing that is green and black spotted. It's about my height, and it's very silent until it goes boom, or should I say aggressive poof. If you wink, know what I mean. Oh, I had dirt all along. I'm an idiot. But I got cobbled deep slates. I got building materials. I think if I want to make a nice extension, not a nice extension, a second story, or perhaps I should say a first story. Yeah, I'll put my machines in a like above here. Where's my shovel? Why do I not have a shovel? Oh, it's here. Stupid of me. Okay, so yeah, this next bit is going to be, I suppose, part building, part quarrying. But that reminds me of a little something they added to bog standard Minecraft. Let me see if I should have. I don't have this? Okay. Not expecting that, but whatever. Let me see. Can I use it's just regular stone and cinder stone. Dang. Alright, fine. I'm gonna have to probably have to make more stones anyway, like regular stones. I forget what I even used those for before. But I'm gonna make some regular stones. And I'm gonna use them to build a stone cutter. Not to be confused with the organization from The Simpsons. And with that stone cutter, I can make cut stones. A major improvement, I suppose, over your bog standard stones. I'm not going to use the amethyst for that, though. I know there's blocks of this stuff, but as I mentioned in an earlier video, I've got a better use in mind for them. Here we go. I'll make sure not to cut myself on the blade, even though it just sort of sits out there on top. It's a little buzzsaw. Let's see what it can make with yeah, instead of cobbled deep slate, we got chiseled deep slate. Deep slate tiles. Polished deep slate. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. And I can make 2 deep slate brick slabs. I think I've got a nice trick up my sleeve. Yeah, instead of blocks, you use half of the blocks. I'm going to make myself the floor. And I'm going to figure out what to build the walls out of. Good grief. Okay, yeah, see, this is why I need to build an exterior, and I don't want to put my stuff outside. I'm fed up with doing this at night, so I'm just gonna go to sleep and build the rest of this in the daytime.